HarperCollins presents Deadly Evidence, the Jayne and Steelie series by Clea Koff, read by Rachel Handshaw. In memory of Manuel Koff, missing in action, March 25, 1942, at the age of 23. Son of Meyer Koff and Leah Rosenthal, brother of Jerome. Cousin Manny, you are gone, but you are not, and never will be, forgotten. A note for the listener. Although Agency 32-1 does not exist, it should. It is based on the Missing Persons Identification Resource Center, a California nonprofit founded by the author in 2004 to link families of missing persons with coroners holding thousands of unidentified bodies across the United States. MPID has since closed. The plot and characters of this book are fictional. The statistics on unidentified bodies are fact. Forensic profiles of missing persons are hope. Prologue. It offended him to see the dirt fly into the corpse's eyes. He leaned over the body to close the eyelids. They wouldn't stay shut. He closed the zipper on the enclosing bag and resumed his task. When the bag was fully covered by soil, he applied the finishing touches of old bamboo leaves. He made it look as though they had simply fallen there from above, which they had, but long before he had chosen this spot and prepared the grave. The bamboo grove was thick and established. No one pushed their way through the forest of smooth trunks anymore, not since the rare black bamboo specimens had been planted at the perimeter. Back here, the ground was padded with years of old leaves. It was the perfect place to dig and bury. Bamboo didn't mind its roots being cut through. He backed away from the site and looked at the ground from several angles, noting how the moonlight was filtered and diffused here. The ground looked flat. As long as no one came through in the next few weeks, the corpse would never be found. Decomposition was guaranteed, thanks to a flourishing insect population. He had looked it up. Turning his back on the grave, he walked away, his mind already on the next target he had found to kill. He was toying with using something other than the poison. He felt he had earned the right to choose his own method this time. He knew the technical terms: blunt force trauma, sharp force trauma, asphyxia. But the one that kept bobbing up in his mind was floater, with its attendant challenges for CSIs looking for trace evidence. Not easy to find the right body of water in LA, but doable. He walked on, his tread silent on the springy ground, but the voice in his head as loud as ever. "Stop dicking around, Junior. Finish it. Finish them all." (2005) Day 1, Wednesday. Chapter 1. There was just a flash of something huge and dark vaulting over the intersection, but it was enough to get Jayne to snap to it, almost pulling a muscle in her neck. It was a Chevrolet Suburban, but even as it hurtled down the cross street, she spotted the bumper label. TCP. A limo, not a government vehicle. Not specifically an FBI vehicle driven by Special Agent Scott Houston. Jayne wished she hadn't looked. It was a sign of weakness. She knew that Scott was in Atlanta. He would be back in Los Angeles by Friday, and they would go on their first date. But, Jayne wondered, what if he was back and hadn't called? The formulation of such a question due to the mere sighting of a Suburban was another sign of weakness. Jayne shook her head. "Etch a sketch," Steelie said from the passenger side of the truck's bench seat. Jayne glanced at her best friend. Steelie was flexing the bill of her faded pink baseball cap in the palm of her hand. The action was unnecessary because the cap already had the perfect downward curve that allowed Steelie to observe the world with her shrewd blue eyes while keeping her own expression shielded.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?